Hey guys, happy holidays. Welcome to Whiskey, Wine, and Writing. I'm Tasha.
And I'm Nikki.
And this will be our last webcast of the season, not just the holiday season, but also what we're calling season one of Whiskey, Wine, and Writing. We're actually coming back at the beginning of January. We have so much lined up for you guys, you have no idea. And it's going to be great. Lots of changes in store, but that'll be the start of our season two, as we're going to call it.
Yes, we actually have really cool guests already lined up, tons of giveaways, and we have some special new features we're going to try to work in, including swag, which Tasha has designed, which has been awesome. And what? Come on, it's pretty awesome. You're allowed to say you're awesome.
You're making me blush. Do you see this? Look.
Out of all the times you've made me blush, I think I'm allowed to make you blush like once. But
All right,
we're also going to start having a special newsletter too. It's just going to be tons of great stuff. You're going to want to come back in January. Basically, don't leave us while we go on vacation.
Well, I mean, we're still going to have a few articles and stuff going on. We're just not going to have any webcasts because the holidays make it kind of hard for us to find times where we're able to sit down together and where anybody is really able to be a guest presenter, considering it's the holidays. Everybody's running around like maniacs. So, so we decided that this would be our last one. We're going to do a bunch of cool prizes today, and we're going to talk about what we have in store for the future. And I think our main theme, right, Nikki, is social media. How important is it to a writer and having a platform?
Yes.
As they go into this career.
Speaking of which, one of the new things we're also going to do to boost our own platforms, I guess, / because we know that you can't always do a webcast to get the information across, is we're going to start vlogging. Both of
Yes, we are. They're going to be like 3-minute or less snippets of different things. I think we said tips and tricks for grammar, writing, sometimes just some random thing that may be on our mind, something like that. So we're definitely going to start incorporating that in between the hour-long webcasts.
I'm excited about it.
Yes, also, by the way, happy holidays. Keep calm. Don't get your tinsel in a tangle, okay? No matter how stressful it may seem. Yes, this is my wine tonight. That is another thing we're going to be incorporating is what we're going to call the Book of the Month. We're going to start featuring books, and it may either be from a guest we have on that month or just a book we're reading and we like. But what we're kind of hoping to do is take these books and incorporate a drink to go with it. So depending on the type of book, it might be some crazy weird drink or a softer drink if it's more contemporary or romantic or stuff like that. So we're hoping to sit there and get that in. So, if you guys would like to see any books featured, we would love to hear your opinions on that so we can get some ideas and we get new stuff to read and we can have fun with it too, because we're always looking to interact with you guys and have fun with you guys.
And if you guys have ideas for what you want to see, I mean, this is as much your show as it is ours. So go over to our website, Whiskey Writing. No, that's not our website. Whiskey Writing. I'm really tired, guys. I've been revising nonstop to like 1 a.m. plus day job. Anyway, whiskeyWineWriting.com. Go to, contact us. Send in your ideas. If you want a guest host, I mean, come on, guest host. Writers have something to say, obviously, otherwise they wouldn't write.
And yeah, guys, don't think you have to be a published author or, have, like, tons of things going on. I mean, we've had different people from different paths, different walks, everything. You can be published, not published, as long as you're into writing and having fun with it and talking about, your ideas and how you think positive changes could happen. We're all for having you on the show.
Yeah, and especially with guest blogging, we just had a great guest blog this past
Colleen Halverson.
Oh, so good on balancing working, writing, and being a mom. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm so stressed about writing all the time too, and it's so great to have that perspective of someone who's so busy, but still doing what they love.
And Colleen's, it is under articles on our website, so if you go to whiskeyblindwriting.com and go under articles, she's the most recent article on there, and it's generated a lot of buzz. She's a fantastic writer. I've had the opportunity to read a few of her chapters back from Pitch Wars, and she's a fantastic writer, and trust me, you'll see her books on the shelves. I have no doubt about that. And she gives a lot of perspective. There's also, actually, believe it or not, a few ideas on gifts that you wouldn't really think of, to be honest. So definitely check that out as well. And, you know, if you like what you see, leave a comment for Colleen. She loves to hear back from you guys, too. All of our guest bloggers do. Speaking of guest bloggers, come the new year, what we're going to do is we're going to start theming out our weeks. And we already have January themed out. We already know what each week is going to be, who's going to be the main guest for the week, all that good stuff. So, and I don't want the world to think that this is just a traditional publishing show. This is writing in all aspects. So one of the themes we are going to have is a self-publishing week. And we're going to have author Nat Russo, author of Necromancer Awakening. He's going to be coming on to talk about self-publishing and the platform. We're going to have guest bloggers for that week talking about self-publishing and, you know, how they've done with it, and good, bad, or indifferent, or whatever. So that's how all of our themes are going to be. It's going to be out there with people contributing, and then we'll have the webcast at the end of the week to kind of recap everything and have somebody on to talk about it.
And we do have a big, big guest coming up, but we probably won't talk about that till the very end. You know,
I think we're going to keep that a secret for right now.
Yeah.
Just to keep you guys watching. So. Yeah,
because we're evil that way.
But I am going to pimp myself out a little bit. I don't do it often, but I do want to say that I have been going crazy the last few weeks because I've been in finals, and this is my last semester for my associates. Yes, I'm a late go back to school, or not that that's grammatically correct, but we all know what I'm saying. And so my last final is tomorrow, and then I walk the stage Thursday.
Woo!
So I'm kind of tooting my own horn, but I'm very proud of myself for graduating with my associates, and I transferred to the university in January, so I'm starting back up, but it shouldn't be as hectic. So, but yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I'm graduating. Yay!
Congratulations!
So yeah, guys, don't ever be afraid to go back to school either. It's a crazy thing, and I hate that my hat turns off without me hitting the button. But it's okay. We're going to let it back up.
Nice. Also, we said we're giving, you know, great stuff away, so make sure you go to the site again, whiskeyWineWriting.com. We have a Rafflecopter where if you do a few social media things to go with the theme of tonight's show, you will be entered for multiple chances to win 4 fabulous prizes.
Yes. Should we announce those prizes now? I mean, it's already on the blog, so I might as well, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so 2 people will win a query critique, one from me and one from Nikki.
And then we're also giving away 2 Whiskey, Wine, and Writing mugs. And you can put cocoa in there or whatever else you want.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Irish coffee, whatever you want, you know.
As someone with a mug collection so that I'm never bored when I'm writing, I think it's a fantastic prize, and I'm really excited for whoever wins it. I'm a little jealous. I'll have to get my own mug eventually. So.
Yes. You know, actually, Nikki, I actually think it's kind of cool if we do it on the air. One of the themes I kind of wanted to do was I wanted to do a diverse week, where we get to get diversity in books and people who write about diversity in books. So if anybody's watching and is into the We Need More Diverse Books, which is another thing you can notice on your social medias, there's a hashtag going out around for that, hashtag We Need Diverse Books. So anybody who is, you know, has any information on the diverse books or wants to contribute a blog post, I think that could be one of our themes in February to kind of get the word out there about having more diverse books.
I'm going to tweet that right now.
I guess she liked it. See?
I love the idea. I love diverse books. Everyone should.
So do I. I actually had a sort of a bad experience today while I was standing in line. This guy was... We just started talking because people take... Well, not people, but money orders take forever. And we were at Publix and they were doing a money order. And so we just struck up a conversation, and then he just kind of got really racist, and I'm like...
Not cool.
Well, I kind of tried to be nice about it, and I was like, well, you know, I don't think that has anything to do with race or nationality. I kind of think that's how, you know, because he was like, oh, this type of person, you know, robbed me, and this is why I hate them all. And I'm like,
that's dumb.
I don't think that has to do with race or nationality so much as, you know, that's just the person. I go, as far as I'm concerned, we're all human beings, and maybe we should all just have a little respect for each other. And then he kind of just kept going on about it, and I'm like, I'm gonna go over here now. Okay, bye. I just don't get it. I don't. So yeah, I would really love to do something on diverse books, which Nikki just tweeted. I'm actually going to retweet.
Awesome.
Because I think it would be a lot of fun, and maybe it'll open a lot of people's eyes. Because I think the more we delve into this, the less of an issue it's going to be. I think by ignoring it, it's just going to get worse. I think we need to push this forward and let people be okay writing diverse books and bringing everything out. Like, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
And that's what we want, I think, this webcast and our website to be, especially in the new year. It's our resolution to be that resource for writers to connect us all, whether it's the We Need Diverse Books movement or anything else, tips. That's what we want to do. We want to really just be out there for everyone.
Yes, I agree. Absolutely. So, you know, we're always open to ideas, like we said before, of what you guys want to see and what you guys think would make the site better. Now, don't think just because you tell us something that we're going to incorporate it.
We might not be able to have you on the show.
Yeah, it might not be able to happen, but we will definitely take it into consideration. We're not going to knock anybody or just push anybody aside. We're here to listen. We're here to be voices, and we're here to try to connect the writing community and make it a broader, more knowledgeable place.
Yes. And I think that's a great segue into the theme of our talk tonight, which is social media.
I'm a Twitter hoe.
What?
I said I'm a Twitter hoe. I tweet all the time.
Well, my background with social media, I don't know if I've even told, I think I told you about this. It was on my Pitch Wars mentee bio on my blog, but I got my first job out of college as a social media manager because I won a big social media contest that was so big I could put it on my resume.
Awesome.
I won a big Mac Daddy size engagement ring and some cash for my future wedding, which I'm now married, so obviously the contest worked. And I got over 17,000 votes in the last month of this contest, and I got like actors to tweet it and things like that, and then that launched.
So what did you have to do? Come up with like a tweet and have people retweet it, and like whoever got the most retweets?
Nope. It was the Simon G. Jewelry perfect engagement contest. They've only had it once because it was that much of a headache. And yeah,
you are the one-time winner of this competition. It's never gonna happen again.
Yes. No, it was a lot of fun. It was 2 months long, and basically you had a picture of you as a couple with your love story, and people just had to vote for you, and they could only vote once per IP address. And my entire college voted. I got to be on. I got really big into press releases because my major is communications journalism anyway. So I did press releases. So I was in newspapers and I was on TV. And then we kind of promised we'd name our child after a Firefly character, and that's why Nathan Fillion tweeted about it. Things like that. And then because of that, I got my job at a nonprofit being their social media specialist, and I've always been involved in blogging. So I built their blog. I studied social media in the conferences and try to boost their SEO and whatnot, and the rest has been history. I'm not a social media manager anymore, but I am a writer for a different nonprofit. But I'm like you. I love Twitter and blogging, and I can't get enough of it. Social media.
Oh, me too. It's like, I mean, lately my my personal blog has gone a little bit wayward because of, you know, Whiskey, Wine, and Writing finals and trying to get everything done. But I actually, and here's the thing, I think it's important when you do social media to make sure you're careful of how you're branding yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think too much about this originally, and I was just going with @30nerdy because I was a nerdy girl who loves comics, video games, and having fun. So, and I was 30 years old when I started this particular blog, and I moved everything over from my old one. So I just did everything @30nerdy. And it's like, well, now, since I'm trying to get my book out there and I'm querying my novel, it's better for me to have my name out there. So that's why, and by the way, yes, I am putting this out there, my new Twitter is @RollersonWrites. Now, anybody who was following me or I was following, that did not change. It was just a change in name. I didn't delete the account or anything like that. My blog, 30nerdyfabulous.wordpress.com, however, has become NatashaRollerson.wordpress.com. If you go to 30nerdyfabulous, that's not going to hit anything anymore. You have to go to the new URL. So, yeah, it actually is really important when you step into the social media to make sure you're branding yourself correctly. And I think as a writer, you're going to want to do something that brands you in the writing world.
Definitely. And I think that's something people don't think about is if you have a social media presence and you're trying to put yourself out there with something like writing and being an author, you are building a brand from the moment you sign up for your account. And everything you do on social media from that point on is being looked at by the world as part of your brand. You can't be like, oh, I'm going to just tweet about chicken salad today and it's not going to affect my author career at all. Given chicken salad's probably fine, you're not going to ruin your entire career that way. But everything links together and you'll be known as the author who likes chicken salad for the rest of your life.
I mean, and, you know, at this point, a lot of people, I actually had somebody tell me that, you know, I was used to that. They were used to the at 30 nerdy. They thought it was catchy. And I'm like, I love it, but let's face it, I'm not going to be 30 forever. And and as I'm going more and more into the writing world, I want people to know my name. I don't want them to know me by 30 nerdy. Not because I don't like the name. I like the name. But not everybody's going to know that's me. They're not going to necessarily associate Natasha Rollerson with 30 nerdy. So I think it's better to have the name in the brand.
Yeah, it's kind of like my personal blog is mrshealthyeverafter.com because I love health blogging. I love health reporting. It was one of my beats in DC when I was a newswire reporter, things like that. And it's always going to be a passion of mine, and I love cooking. Given Pitch Wars made me fat because all I did was write for the past couple months.
You are not fat!
I know, I'm just kidding. But like I haven't blogged in a while because I haven't cooked in months because I've been nothing but writing. But
that's not true because you totally baked the other day and I saw it and I want you to mail me some because that looked freaking delicious.
Well, actually, I'm going to blog about that even though it's not healthy. But my Healthy Ever After is also about achieving happiness, which being a writer and making turducken cakes is also part of my happiness journey. But anyway,
are you talking about the pie cakins?
Yeah, the pie cakin.
My husband made one of those one year. Oh, because okay, I cook really well, but he bakes really well. Like it's just how it is. Like I can't bake for anything. I'm terrible at it, but I love to cook. And one year, I don't know if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving. I don't remember, but one year he made the pie cakin. Oh, that was like diabetes on a plate. It was so sweet. I had like 3 bites. I'm like, baby, it's good. I can't have no more.
But with like that, so you know, I'll blog about cooking instead of writing some days, and that'll go on my Mrs. Healthy Ever After blog. But as a brand, I own NikkiRoberti.com, and it's my portfolio as a journalist, plus my books and playwriting and things like that. So you need to be mindful of, like you said, you know, with transitioning over to your name. I think that's so smart because let's be honest, Tasha's going to be so famous soon. I've read part of her book. I'm going to finish it soon. It is so good.
You're out of your mind. But see, I think Nikki right now is trying to get back at me because I have made her blush so many times on camera. Now she's doing it to me. Do you see how red my cheeks are?
I mean, I'm giving credit where credit's due.
Well, thank you very, very much. And I can't wait to see your book on shelves. I really can't, because if you guys don't know, Nikki is represented by Carrie Howland of Donadio and Olson, right?
Yes.
So, and in case you did not know, this is the same literary agency that represents Chuck P. of Fight Club. And I don't try to say his last name because I'm going to butcher it and I'm going to feel terrible if I do, because he's such a fantastic writer. I read some of his books. He's great. So she's rep by that company. And I mean, her book, I've read it. It's fantastic. And I love that she sends me, as she's going through edits, she sends me the stuff because I get to see and know the before and after, and it's just so much fun. And she's like, I can't wait to see it on the shelf, because I'm telling you, when it's on the shelves, I'm going to go down to my local bookstores, and I do mean multiple bookstores. I don't care if they're used, new, whatever. I'm going to go to all of them. I'm going to find them, and I'm going to get kicked out because I'm going to take them all, and I'm going to put them in the front, on the front table. And I'm going to be like, no, hey, I was a Key 6 specialist at Books A Million once upon a time. So I know how to display books, okay? So we're going to go, and this belongs here. Oh, yeah, that's right. They do. Just so you know.
So, just if you haven't noticed from this writer-mance we have going on, social media is not only good for branding, personally, it's great for connecting with the community, because I would have never met the lovely Tasha if it wasn't for Twitter.
No, because was it originally new? Oh my God, what was that original competition I met you through?
Oh, it was I don't even remember what it was called.
New. There was new in it. I know that, and I was just actually.
Oh, New Agent. New Agent.
That was it, and it was all new agents and stuff like that, and that's originally where we met.
We made the neurotic writers.
When we all a bunch of us made the neurotic support group, which is still on Facebook, so if you want to join, feel free. That's still there. We respond to posts. The community is great.
It's beyond great.
It's beyond great, and you can ask questions about writing and everything like that. So we originally met with New Agent, and then when Pitch Wars happened, she was like the biggest fan of Whiskey, Wine, and Writing when me and Tiff originally started it. And then I had her guest star a couple of times. And then, you know, when it kind of turned into I'm looking for another co-host because, you know, Tiff has real life things going on. We're still hoping for a return at some point. But it was like, I need somebody to help me out with this. And let me tell you how fantastic this woman has been. This show would not be as great as it is without her. And that's just how that goes. She has so much knowledge and know-how. She's the sweetest person you're ever going to meet. So I promise you, if you hurt her intentionally, I'm just going to have to hurt you. I'm just saying. She's like the sweetest girl in the whole world. You just want to hug her and cuddle her. She's like adorable. You can't help it. So yes, I am pimping her, and I love her book, and I love her writing. And honestly, she will put her heart on the line for you. So trust me, she's fantastic. So now back to the topic at hand.
And so, you know, if you're shy about social media, say you don't want to build your individual brand yet, you're not comfortable being like, look at me, I'm a writer, which is valid. I understand that completely. This is a great way to start with social media is by connecting with other writers and cheerleading them on and, you know, sharing your knowledge with them. And so you're not necessarily being like, hey, future readers, look at me, or future agents. You're connecting with writers in different private groups, hashtags like AmWriting. I've met so many great people on that hashtag. And, you know, sometimes I just go through there and I try to find people to cheerlead because I love encouraging.
We actually have on one of our older webcasts, and it might be on my, I think we moved all the posts over from my blog when we started Whiskey, Wine, and Writing. But if not, it's probably on my blog where we have a list of Twitter hashtags you should be following. And they include the AmWriting, AmEditing, 10 Queries, Ask Agent, Pub Tip, MSWL. That's Manuscript Wishlist, where agents will post the type of manuscript they are looking for. So if it falls under that, you can query them. So, and I actually think that was made into a website as well.
Yeah, there's two websites actually. There's excuse me. There's one that's just the tweets, which is a great database. I actually personalized 30 queries based off that site. It was very helpful. And then there's an extended version where agents can write longer what they want, which is also available.
It's a very pink site, if I remember.
Yeah, just Google it. You'll find it.
And if you find the very pink, and I do mean very pink site, you'll know you're there. But it's a great resource. It really is. And I think the thing with social media is, considering where we are in the publishing and writing industry and how fast it's changing between self-publishing, traditional publishing, the bridge between, and being able to market your book, because that's a big thing these days, is not just having your book on the shelf, but being able to know how to market it in a direct and smart manner so that people will see it. Because there's so many books out these days.
Ooh, we got some questions.
Hi, Orville! I haven't seen you ever! How are you?
So your question is, how do you drive readers to a new blog? Also, how often should you post new material to a blog? So the best way to drive readers to a blog, if you don't mind me taking this question, would definitely be to first connect on social media. And that's a lot of Twitter and the Facebook groups. And a lot of Facebook groups, if you join like Neurotic Author Support Group, which we're both admins of, I'm part of another one called Querying Writers. A lot of them love connecting blogs. They love going on there and leaving comments and reading posts. That's the great way to get your blog out there. Another great way is to make sure you don't neglect your meta tags. And that's, you know, like in WordPress, that's my favorite platform, honestly. I've used a bunch of different ones, and a lot of the professional organizations I work for, they also use WordPress for their professional sites. It's so easy to add the tags on there. You can include things like am writing, include your name to make it searchable. Like, for example, if you Google my name, it's 30 pages of me. I'm not going to lie, Nikki Roberti, that's it. And you might find some weird stuff on there, too. But it's on there. And so you get your name on there, you get the topic. So say you're writing a blog about your writing process, which that's another great thing too. There are so many writer blog hops that you can connect with other authors, and a lot of the authors, like if someone tweets me, hey, I like that blog post you did with a blog hop, and I saw that you tagged other writers to be in it, can you tag me too? I am more than happy to link to your blog, tag you in it, and then you can do it too, because I love meeting new people, and that's a great way to get it out there. There's another half of that question. Oh, how much material should you post?
Can you not see it in the selected? I selected
no, it went away when you selected.
Okay, so he said, I'm sorry, I selected it. I guess when I selected only I can see it, but all right. So it says also, how often should you post new material to a blog?
Now, if studies have shown that when you post new content and you're actively pushing it out there and you're tagging it properly, the more content, the more views you get on your site. However, as someone who has a day job too, it is not feasible to do every day for a lot of people. I know bloggers who post every day. My friend Lindsay Tiger of Confessions of a Love Addict, who we're hopefully getting on the show later this year or next year.
Which actually we're hoping to have that themed as a blog writing week. So we'll have a bunch of tips and tricks for blog writing. I believe that's going to be the last week in January.
Yeah, definitely. Go on Twitter. Say hi to her from Nikki. I'm one of her BFFs at NYC Love Addict. She started her blog with the commitment to blog once a day, every day. She doesn't do it every day anymore, but when she did that, she built such an amazing following. She one time got featured on WordPress's homepage and got thousands of views in one day. And she got her agent from her blog, and it's because she built a following from blogging every day. Now, if that's too much for you, don't freak out. It is too much for me. I can't do every day because I have a full-time job plus revisions now. Once a week is a great rule of thumb. If you can do at least once a week, you will definitely see your blog platform grow and a following will come. Again, if that's still too much for you, it's all baby steps. Try with as often as you can. If you have a particularly prolific blogging day, there is no shame in writing all your blogs in one day and scheduling them out over the course of the month. And that's helpful for a lot of people.
I also think that part of driving people and getting those things, I think if you post once a month or once a week or whatever, I think that it's going to be more the social media connections that are driving people to the blog. Because to be honest, I don't think anybody really looked at my blog until New Agent and Pitch Wars and everything else, and I got really, really connected with the writer community. And I think by getting connected, by engrossing yourself in the community, that you start to make those networking connections that help you move forward on your blog and on your writing, and you find those who are willing to mentor your writing and help you, because you have no idea how many authors sit there and will look around, and as you've gotten to know them on social media, they'll be like, oh, well, I'm paying it forward because I had somebody help me, so let me be the one to help you. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're out there, and they're always, stop going out, Hat, and they're always willing to help. And stuff like that. I mean, it's just a matter of putting yourself out there and knowing the hashtags and knowing the writing community and honestly not being a jerk.
Yeah, that is the #1 rule of social media, people. Do not be a jerk. Whatever you say, even if it's in a private group, there are things as screen grabs and people will find out. And the publishing industry, across the board, they talk to each other. Not necessarily in a mean, scary way, but they do talk to each other because they work together. It's all relationships. It's very reminiscent to me in the magazine world, where I originally came from. They do all talk, and they switch off, they switch agencies, they switch, it's just you need to be nice to everyone. There's no reason to be mean, ever.
Especially in this day and age. I mean, considering how fast word of mouth flies or social media flies and how fast things go viral, all it takes is one dick move to go viral, and you are done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it really does. This in our day and age, everything is videos. I mean, I said it before, honest to God, I am so glad I grew up in the 80s and 90s where not every mistake I made was documented as a child. Because as children, we make mistakes. We do dumb things that embarrass ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem with that is that people now record that and put it on YouTube, and it opens the door even more for bullying and these people being made fun of. And they're just kids, and they make mistakes, and it happens. Hell, as adults, we still embarrass ourselves. But that's my point, is if you're going to put yourself out there, make sure you know the do's and don'ts. Make sure you're willing to be nice to people, and make sure that, I mean, I'll be honest, like the other day I used to be part of an online RP board, and I went off on them. I was like, yeah, look, this is what's going on. I'm not coming back, so you know, but this is what's going on. We all have our oopses and our mistakes and our points where we snap. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is 100% nice. But that doesn't mean you need to go on Twitter and Facebook and start bashing an agent who rejected you. Ever. There's no excuse for that. But I think it was Yasmin Galenorn. I think I said her last name right. She is an urban fantasy writer, paranormal romance. Somebody was going on her and somebody else's Facebook, another writer, and they were like going completely crazy about asking them to mentor her or him. I'm not sure if it was a her or him. And make them and have them look this over and do this for them, do that for them, and they were like, whoa, calm down, you know, we don't even know you. And apparently that turned into them being called like pig whores. And I'm like, who does that? So of course this turned into banning and deletion, because that's what's gonna happen. You can't just come out either and expect these, you know, best-selling authors to help you. You know, that's where you network and you move into the writing community. And I've been rambling.
And you know, there's always, we're human, you're going to get frustrated. It's a stressful field. I mean, writers basically build their livelihood on rejection after rejection and changes after changes, because first you go through a bunch of rejection until you get your agent, and you probably revise it 1,000 times, and you're going to revise it again, and then you're going to get a publisher, and they're going to make you revise it again. So it's stressful. You're going to want to vent. I'm just saying right now that social media is not the place for vents. The place for vents would be call up a friend, like Tasha. And I'm like, hey, Tasha.
What's going on? And I'll sit there, and I swear, I did a frowny face to her one day, and she was like texting me, tweeting me, because she was away at the time that I did it. So like an hour later, I'm getting it from all our social like media, from Hangouts to Skype to everything. She's like, oh my God, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, it's not that serious. Sad.
She makes it sound like I'm super positive all the time. There was definitely a Skype date where I ate a pint of ice cream while talking to her.
So definitely, and that's another good thing. Like I said, we met through social media, so finding critique partners through social media is a good thing. However, I am going to say for us writer blogs, don't start posting all your rejections either. Not even if you're doing it in a nice manner. I'm not saying you're doing it to be mean or to be malicious, and I know you can be frustrated because of it, but don't post your rejections on your blog or on social media. That's a big no-no, and it can get very frowned upon very fast.
Yeah, you know, it's just, there's some things like stats you shouldn't share when you're in the process. I mean, like you see famous authors now, like the lady from The Help, she's like, oh, I had this many rejections. I mean, that's fine once you get there, but in the process you don't want to do. That's just another level of things not to do while querying. But Orville says, can he ask another question about a blog idea? Send us your question. We're happy to answer it.
Absolutely. I was going to say something, and I forgot.
Well, you know, another thing about blogs in general, that in one of my groups, in my writer groups, I have about 3 that I'm really involved in, and someone was asking about how important is it to have a blog as a writer, because blogging is not everyone's gift, and blogging is not something everyone wants to do, and the truth is you don't necessarily have to be super active on social media if you don't want to or you're not comfortable with. Is it helpful? I think so. I think it's very helpful. When I was going through the call,
I think my security guard's golf cart is dying.
What?
I heard this weird noise, and I had to look out the window because our windows are open right now because it's cool, and I was like, what is that weird noise? And it's our security guard on the golf cart, and I think the golf cart's about to blow up.
I didn't hear it.
Go ahead, sorry.
But anyway, so it's basically don't feel like it's make or break it if you don't have a blog. But the agents did mention, like, almost...
Nikki? Nikki, you're frozen. I'm not sure. Guys.
I think...
Wait, oh, she's coming back. Hold on, Nikki, you're frozen.
Did I disappear forever?
Not forever. You're back now. Go ahead. So
Okay,
your last thing you said was don't feel like a blog makes or breaks it.
Okay, so it doesn't make or break you. Blogging and social media is something you can learn. I wholeheartedly believe that because no one's naturally going to come out of the womb and be like, I'm an expert at Twitter. And you might not think it's important to build a following now until you get an agent, and that's totally fine. But I was saying that when I had the calls, I had about 7 with agents, and the majority made a comment about my online presence when they talked to me. And it was all positive. They were very excited about my online presence. So I think just from their reactions to that, it's something to look into if you've been considering it. If you're not comfortable with it, I wouldn't say force it. I think it's better to err on the side of caution if you're not comfortable, if that makes sense.
I remember when I first started Twitter, I was not that good at it. I didn't understand hashtags, and I've had Twitter for, like, honestly, years. But I don't think I really got into it until a few months ago. Actually, almost a year ago now, I'll say. And but that's where I followed a lot of authors, and I would just offhandedly say something to them, and then I get so excited if they said something back. And that's one thing about social media is you will find authors, like best-selling authors, whether they're self-published or traditionally published. You'll find the best-selling authors and agents and editors who will reply to your tweets and answer your questions and stuff like that, as long as you're respectful. And I think this kind of goes back to what I was saying before about the racist guy in the supermarket. We're all human. I don't care what profession you are either, or if you don't like what somebody has to say about your manuscript, and that's where I was going with that. Social media also offers a platform now for authors to get and writers to get reviews on different sites. Okay, this is still a form of social media. Amazon, Goodreads, all of those where you can get reviews. It used to just be, like critique reviews in newspapers. Now it's everywhere. People do book blogs, stuff like that. Guys, if you get published, I don't care how you get published, somebody gives you a bad review, don't respond.
Don't read the reviews. What are you talking about? Don't just shut that door. Just shut it now before you're famous. Don't read the reviews.
Don't read the reviews. Don't. Just let it go. I mean, not everybody is going to like you. I don't care if you wrote the most popular book of all time. There's still somebody out there who's going to hate it. There's still somebody out there who's going to trash it. It's just the way it is. Not everybody has the same opinion. Not everybody has the same likes. And taking it personal is no bueno. And going on crazy rampages on social media, which if you look it up, there have been authors who have done that, it's no bueno. Don't do that.
For example, this is a personal one. I've actually had, like Tasha always says, oh, Nikki's so sweet and who could hate her? As someone who's been on social media a long time, I've had haters. And like with that contest I was in with my engagement ring, out of nowhere, I started getting tweets saying I was a bitch and they hope I get divorced before I get married. And I also was I was a blogger. I was a paid blogger for a college girl website to do a weight loss program with Self Magazine. It was organized through Jillian Michaels. Like, it was her program, and I had to make video blogs, and I had a great following. And then, like, I got tons of comments calling me a whale and I should go kill myself.
People are mean.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you are Mother Teresa giving your heart and soul to people. You're probably gonna meet someone mean on the internet, and you just gotta have a
mean.
But we actually got a comment I got a message from my agent sister, Rachel Simon, at Rachel Writes 007. Follow her because she's the coolest.
Hi, Rachel.
She made a comment that, because we were saying that it doesn't make or break it to have social media presence. Suzanne Collins, the famous one, the infamous, awesomeness, most famous, big bestseller, she doesn't have any social media presence, really. So there is hope if you do not want to do it. And it's totally okay if you don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of best-selling authors don't really have they might have a Twitter that they post to, or more likely, some of the really big ones probably have assistants posting to for them. Mm-hmm. But I don't, like I said, I don't think it makes or breaks.
Mm-hmm. But it's something to help if you want to do it.
But I don't think you have to go for social media for trying to sit there and make all these networking things. But I think it does help in the form of finding critique partners. Mm-hmm. I went through hell trying to find critique partners. I've got a critique group. I've got Tiff. I've got Nick. It's like I found so many people who are really, really great critique partners through social media. And I wouldn't have found that if I wasn't a part of it. And I think that part of it is when you try to different avenues of it. Like, there are forum websites out there that you could try instead of doing Twitter, and that works for a lot of people, and that's what they prefer. So it just all depends on the social media platform you're going for, what you're trying to find, and it's just making sure, you're going in the right avenue for what your goal is. Mm-hmm. So, I do want to mention, actually, while we're here, again, because, some of you may have joined us, we do have giveaways going on.
Ooh. That sounded way too hard.
Happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, we love it all, because we love diversity. So, whatever you are celebrating this holiday season, or if you don't celebrate it all, still lots of love and happiness, and we do have a giveaway going on because it's the time to give. So, you get to tell them what we got going on for the giveaway.
We have two query critiques, one from me, one from Tasha. And I feel like, bouncing off ideas with writers is always helpful. I think I went through maybe like 4 different query critiques, maybe 10. Actually, it was probably closer to 10. And they're so helpful. So we are willing to read yours, whether we know you or not. Just click on the link on our Twitter feed. Go to whiskeyWineWriting.com. And then we're giving away mugs with the cool logo on it. Who wouldn't want a super cool mug with our logo on it?
Yes, and there are pictures of it on the website, whiskeyWineWriting.com. On the front page, you have This Week on Whiskey, Wine, and Writing, but on our cool little tabs, there is webcast. If you click on that, on the actual webcast post, you will see the pictures of our awesome little mugs.
And we actually, Orville got back to us. He has an idea for a blog that he wanted to run by us all. He said, the last few months, I've met a lot of new writers. They are all in the stage of trying to find an agent. I was thinking about interviewing pre-famous writers on my blog, maybe one every 2 weeks. I think that sounds great.
I would just be careful with that in regards to make sure they're not talking about their rejections.
Yes.
Keep it more writing process, what they're doing regarding revisions, and how they manage their time with it, and how they're trying to obtain their goals. Don't go for the rejections and how they're coping with that and stuff like that, because like we said before, that's not something you really want to publicize.
Just writing process, just maybe what they're working on, things like that. I volunteers tribute. I would love to be on something like that. That sounds fun.
Lane, where are you clicking? Because we have 3 links, and from all the links I'm seeing, it still says 9 days left for the Rafflecopter. And we did have that problem for a minute, but I thought we cleared it all out. No, they all say 9 days left. For me. I'm not sure. I don't see any.
Is it on the Facebook one? It might be on the Facebook one.
It might be on the Facebook one. I don't know if we changed that one. But hi, Lane. Hope you're doing well. If anybody else is having a problem with the giveaway, please tweet us or let us know. And we'll get that fixed. But it is going to be open until December 25th. So.
Yeah. So if it's not working tonight, we have all week to try to figure it out.
We're going to make it work, I promise. I mean, it was an issue when we first put it up. We weren't quite sure why it was doing that, but we thought we fixed it. So if anybody else is still having problems, please let us know. But as far as I can tell, it looks to be working now. So Lane, try again, and we'll go from there.
And if anyone has any social media questions, feel free to throw them at us.
Link with the email. Which link with the email, sweetheart? I don't know which one you're talking about. Which page? Is it on the front page, or the webcast page, or the sidebar? So while she lets us know on that.
Go to our. I just tweeted the link out. Go to my Twitter at Nikki_Roberti and see if that link works for you. If it doesn't, we will put up a new post tomorrow or tonight with new instructions on how to enter.
Absolutely. Graphicopter might just be having a glitch because, like I said, it did glitch out on us earlier. But it like I said, every time I click on it, it seems to be working. It says 9 days left. So you guys should have plenty of time to enter.
So another great social media thing while we're on the subject of blogs.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, Lane, that's not going to work from the email. I got what you're saying now. When she follows us, so when we posted it, it went out in the email.
Go to the website.
So go to the website. Any of the links on the website are absolutely working. But the one that probably went out in our original post is one that's glitched. So sorry about that.
Yeah, see, and this is, social media isn't perfect.
No, it's not. You will find glitches everywhere.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. We really appreciate that. So another thing about blogging now, say you don't want to host your own blog, or say you do want to have your blog and you want even more traffic than you're getting now. A great thing to do is to do partnerships or guest posts on other people's blogs. So like, for example, if you want to contribute to whiskeywineandwriting.com, we're always looking for more article content now. It's something we want to branch into with tips. Like we mentioned, the really great article we had this week.
Halverson.
Yeah, and it's we'll link to your blog at the end of it when we give you a byline. It's a great way to get your name out there, to get your blog out there.
And if you do want to follow her, I'm going to pimp her out a litter. I'm telling you, it's been a week. Even when I'm not drinking, I can't talk this week. At CB Halverson, that's Colleen's Twitter. So if you want to follow her so you can keep up to date on her words of wisdom, feel free.
Mm-hmm. And I'm also part of the Young Adult, New Adult Sisterhood, which is at YANA Sisters. It's, communities like that. It's a site. You guest post. They take guest blogs too. I know personal blogs take guest posts. My personal CP, Herring Dumb at New Fangled Housewife, one of my first blog posts was a guest post on her site. And, it's just a great way to network. It's a great way to get out there. And it's a great way to build relationships.
I'll tell you what, one of the things I love to do on my personal blog now, NatashaRollerson.wordpress.com, I love to do giveaways for other authors or cover reveals. So, like, if you have a cover out or you're doing a giveaway for a new release, hit me up. Seriously, for that. And I'm happy to put it on my blog and help you promote your stuff because writers help writers. So I'm more than happy to, help you do a giveaway or a cover reveal or whatever is going to help promote your book because I think as all of us struggling writers say, we all want each other to succeed. Nobody wants to see anybody fail in this business. So whether you're self-published, traditionally published, if you're looking for a cover reveal or a giveaway, hit me up. I'll be more than happy to put it on my blog. And I mean, not that I have like 1 million followers or anything, but it's a little bit of help, a little bit of love, and I'm happy to do it.
Okay, so I was just tweeting Lane back so that she has the link to the giveaway. If anyone else is having trouble with the giveaway, feel free to send us a message. Like I said.
So apparently also, and I'm just going to say that Rachel Lynn Solomon, I believe that was Nikki's mentor for Pitch Wars. I'm seeing a tweet. It kind of looks to me like All the Rage. I'm assuming that's Rachel's book. Came in the mail for her.
I don't see it.
It's on her tweet. She says, "Super thrilled to get this in the mail today. Thank you, St. Martin's."
That we're not tagged in that.
Huh?
We're not tagged in that.
No, we're not tagged in that. I just happened to see it, and since she's
okay. I thought
I'd say something. Yeah. Back to the writers helping writers.
Oh, right. Sorry, I was like, where are we going with this? My mentor is the best at cheerleading people. She reads tons of books. She celebrates book birthdays, which I didn't even know was a thing until I met her.
Yeah, book birthdays. I didn't know until about 2 months ago, but I think it's awesome.
You know, follow her.
Yeah, so if you ever see Happy Book Birthday on Twitter, it's because that's basically the new way of saying Happy Release Day. It's Happy Book Birthday. Your book is born today. It's going live. It's no longer in the womb being edited or primed or whatever. It's live. People will see it. They will read it. That's what your book birthday is.
If you want a really positive, super awesome author friend, follow Rachel at rlyn_Solomon. And she is fantastic and will bring smiles to your face every day, like she does mine.
It's just fantastic. Oh my God, it's already 8:50.
Oh wow. Okay, so there's 10 minutes left to the social media conversation.
Well, actually, since we've only got 10 minutes left, should we announce our super duper awesome guest?
Oh, I forgot about that.
In January.
Sure. Let me read that.
And actually, before we get there, I do want to say that this super duper guest, I won a giveaway of hers like 4 years ago. Okay, and from there, I found her on social media. Now, granted, I wasn't the biggest social media guru, but I found her. And I've tweeted to her, and I've talked to her on Facebook. And it's not like we're, like, best friends. I don't want to make it seem like that or anything. But have we talked? You know, she's one of those authors I was talking about who has no problem talking to her fans or anybody who tweets to her or anything like that. Granted, she's just like me or Nikki or whoever. We're not all going to respond to every single tweet we get. We try, but considering her best-selling status, that's definitely difficult. So don't be offended if the writers don't. Trust me, I'm sure they read the tweet. But if it wasn't for social media, I guarantee you that this particular wonderful guest would not be coming on in January. So since I said all that, Miss Nikki, would you like to announce it?
You can. You did.
Oh, okay. So the second week of January, and I think actually we need to make somewhere on the site where we list our theme weeks so people know what's coming up.
We'll be posting a calendar in the future as we remodel and relaunch our site.
Yes. So the super awesome guest is a bestseller. I have read all of her Weather Warden series, and if you've read the Weather Warden series, you already know who's coming. She's also the author of the Morganville Vampire series, which is a YA urban fantasy series, and it has just become a webcast as well. She is the most wonderful and awesome Rachel Caine. She is an urban fantasy best-selling author. She's been on the USA Today best-selling author list. I believe she's been on New York Times as well. You know, her books are very well known. She's got several series out there. She's a fantastic writer, and the second week of January she is going to be live on the show with us answering your questions and talking about the genre of urban fantasy, as that is our theme for the second week of January. It's going to be urban fantasy, and we are very lucky and very humbled to have Rachel Caine coming on the show.
Yes, I am pumped. I'm so excited. It's going to be a great new year, let's be honest. I'm so excited that we have guests already lined up. We have blog content lined up. We have new things coming up. We have swag. I mean, it's going to be 2015 is going to be the year of whiskey, wine, and writing.
Absolutely. And guys, if you ever have an issue like with our contact form, I mean, we would probably prefer you go through that, but we've announced it on air before. We do have the email whiskeyWineWriting@gmail.com. So you can feel free to directly contact us there if you want to be a guest contributor, or you know you're just kind of wary, like we're talking about, wary about the social media, wary of using WordPress, or you don't quite understand it. That's fine, because trust me, I still don't understand half of WordPress. I'm still learning. Understand, social media is going to be a constant learning field because it's constantly changing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so make sure that you know, you contact us, whether it's questions or you're just have something to talk about for the show. And remember to enter the giveaway because it's 4 awesome prizes. 2 critiques. 2. One by me, one by Nikki. And come on, you know we're going to tag team them anyway.
That's
we're
true.
We're going to be like, So what do you think about my critique on this? What do you think about my critique on that? And then we're going to hit them both up. So technically, 2 of you are going to get critiques by both of us. We're both probably going to touch on the critiques for it. And then the other 2 of you are going to wind up with Whiskey, Wine, and Writing mugs.
Tasha, I want a mug.
I'm going to wind up getting a mug too because I want it to be on my desk forever. Like, that's going to be, I'm going to get 2 mugs because one will be in the dishwasher and one will be on my desk, and it's just going to be keep on being rotated. That's what I'm going to do every morning. I'm going to rotate the mugs.
Oh, we have another question from Megan Freeman. Would you mind posting the list of the Twitter hashtags that you recommended following? You know what? That's a great idea. We will post that on our blog. So go to whiskeyWineWriting.com, and that will be an upcoming article post either tonight or tomorrow.
I think it's already there, but we can definitely retouch on that because I think that is something we should consistently retouch on because, like I said, social media is constantly changing, so there are always new hashtags. Like, I think we touched on this earlier. Besides what we talked about, the hashtag We Need Diverse Books is another hashtag you may want to follow to see what's going on in that area as well.
Mm-hmm. I love these questions. I love connecting with all y'all. It's like having you in my living room, which technically you are in my living room.
And yes, actually, guys, come the new year, we're more than likely, because as much as Hangouts has been such a great way for us to start the show, it has become such a pain, especially when we're trying to have these guests come on the show, where it's not letting people come in and all this other stuff. So more than likely, come January, we are going to have a new platform. We are still going to stream live. But we're going to have a new platform, so it probably won't be through Hangouts, so we won't have this question feature anymore. But you can send us questions directly to Twitter at www.writing, 2 W's writing, 2 W's writing. Remember that. On Twitter, and because we always have our feeds up while we're doing this, or you can hit us up on YouTube. And if by some chance our new platform has a question thing, I'll let you know, but I don't think it will. But we're going to definitely wind up moving on to a new platform that's better suited to having guests and not making it so difficult for people to come in and be a part of this.
Mm-hmm. And also keep an eye out on the vlogs we were talking about. We're first going to do one that's like 5 facts on ourselves so you can get to know us better, because, I mean, why should you listen to us if you don't really know who we are? I understand that. I don't want to be, stranger danger to you.
Actually, if you guys want, since we're planning on posting, I think we said we were going to post these new logs the first day of January, right?
I thought we were doing the first one over Christmas, so like as a placeholder. But we can do.
Oh, were we doing it over? Because I was going to say, what if we have like, and bear with me, what if we have our viewers ask us the 5 questions, like the
That's a great idea.
Questions that come in that you want to know about us. We'll answer, and we'll put it in a vlog. So if you have a question for us, send it to, go for it at Twitter at WWWriting, and then hashtag it vlog, video log. Vlog.
And maybe we could have a blog post about this as well, and it can be left in the comments.
And it can be left in the comments. And even if I'll tell you what, even if it goes out of the 5 questions, provided we have time, if you ask us a question and it's not something we've answered before, since it only takes really a minute, I don't see why we can't answer it and put it up for you.
Totally. And then we're going to go into different topics. Like, for example, my first vlog after the introduction one is going to be on dialogue, because I still am. I'm a playwright. I used to be really active in the playwriting community. I had plays performed across the country, including the Kennedy Center and some in New York City. And dialogue is my favorite thing about writing my novels. And so I'm going to do a blog post on how to have realistic dialogue, and it's going to be fun.
And like I said, these are going to be between our articles and our webcast, so they're only going to be maybe tops 3 minutes in length. So it's not like it's going to take a lot of your time or anything like that. We're not looking to bog you down with anything.
No, we're not that important.
Fun, have different things. Also, on the same point of our vlogs, if there's a tip or a trick or something you want to know about that you want us to put into a vlog, let us know. And if we can do it, we will. Or maybe we'll turn it into a theme week, or maybe we'll turn it into a webcast. But we don't know unless you tell us.
And we're not claiming to know all the answers, but the beauty of this community is we will find the answer somewhere for you. We will find the person who knows the answer, and we will report back to you.
So, Absolutely. So we're more than happy to try to answer your questions and give our opinions, and just remember that no matter what, we are not the end all be all of the writing community.
Mhm.
So we just want to do our best to help other aspiring authors or published authors or people who are just putting their foot in the door. That's kind of what we want to do. We just want to make it a little out there and knowledge based and diverse and fun and just good all around for everybody.
Yay, writer community.
Yay, writer community. So it is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That is our hour mark. So I wouldn't mind going over tonight, except I really do have my last final tomorrow, and I want to walk the stage Thursday. So I love you guys, but we're going to call it a night. If you do have any questions, hit us up on the blog, on the webcast post, www.whiskeyblindwriting.com.
WhiskeyWriting.com.
And then our Twitter is at WWWriting. So feel free to hit us up, or our Gmail, whiskeyblindwriting@gmail.com. So,
and don't forget to enter the awesome contest.
Yes, head up the giveaway. That's 2 critiques and 2 mugs. 4 random, and it will be random because Rafflecopter gives us the option to randomly select, and that's how we always do it, either that or random.org. So go in, fill it out, and Christmas, well, probably the day after Christmas. I'm not going to say we're going to announce it on Christmas because it's Christmas, but the day after Christmas, we will announce the 4 winners and,
on the
get in contact with you. Yes. Oh, never mind. No, yeah, they leave their email on the Rafflecopter. I was going to say, because I don't want them to have to post publicly their addresses that we're sending the mugs to. So, yeah, don't post anything, like, vital. That's another thing about social media. Please don't post anything vital about yourself.
Learn that one the hard way.
Don't post your home address. There are crazy people out there. Don't do it. Be safe with social media, just like we expect you to drink responsibly and write creatively.
Bam. Well, I think that sums up this hour, and see you all in the new year.
See y'all in the new year. Have a wonderful holiday season, guys. Take care.